Is Star Wars truly dead? Let's find out. Wes Hall, everybody, and welcome to yet another video. I'm back with yet another controversial topic. Sometimes I say to myself, why am I doing this to myself? This is going to spark discussion again, and I'm looking forward to it, quite honestly. I love it. I love when people are expressing their own opinions in the comments down below, and I like reading different takes and different points of view, and this is precisely what this video is about. A different point of view, or really two different points of view that you can take and that you can look on this particular matter from. We are talking about this talking point, this sentence, this phrase, this utterance that is very popular and has been made popular by YouTubers on the internet, especially one. Hello there, Gary from Nerdrotic. Star Wars is dead. No, it isn't. Or it is. It depends how you look at it. Because, first, let me tell you, I posted this on Twitter yesterday. I said, there are lots of adaptations of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol I do not like. A lot of effed up iterations of Mary Shelley's creature from the Frankenstein. Are those books dead? No. The same way Star Wars. The Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi aren't dead. Idiots. By these idiots, I refer to people who just repeat one and the same thing every day, over and over again, and influence, because they are influencers, influence their audiences who then come to other videos, to other like YouTubers and other YouTube channels, and repeat one and the same thing over and over again, not taking into consideration that other point of view. So, what are these two points of view? There is the artistic point of view, the l'art pour l'art point of view. The taken Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, The Return of the Jedi, as well as, let's say, the prequel trilogy and the expanded universe from the 1990s, everything based, or most of Star Wars, before the acquisition of Lucasfilm by Disney, and removing it from Disney altogether. Not taking into consideration the financial aspect of Star Wars as, connected with Lucasfilm. Not taking into consideration how much those movies are making and how many people are reading the expanded universe books or comics, how many people are buying merchandise of the new characters. Not taking into consideration the fact that the Reva, the chick character from Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show, her lightsaber didn't fund at Hasbro Pulse, and they didn't release it. Not thinking about that. Just thinking about the films and the books and the comics themselves. Just thinking about the oldest version of Star Wars that you can possibly put your hands on. In my case, is the DVDs. Already, there were those little changes and tweaks that George Lucas did, but it was his own decision. It was the original creator, the father of Star Wars, and even when I don't really like when, somebody's tweaking with something, it was his right. It was his baby. And even though I would love to have the original theatrical releases being released on DVD or Blu-ray, I'm not complaining too much. I'm talking about this, all right. Watching the old films, enjoying them and re-enjoying them the same way you can grab Mary Shelley's Frankenstein or the modern Prometheus, as the full name is. The same way you grab Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, not thinking about all those awful adaptations. Or, let's take it further, reading The Lord of the Rings without thinking about the Rings of Power, because you could say the same thing about that, can you? Watching The Raiders of the Lost Ark, The Temple of Doom, The Last Crusade, without thinking about the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull or the Dial of Destiny. Watching the Ghostbusters 1 and 2 without thinking about any of the new stuff, especially the chick Ghostbusters movie. And the same thing can be said about basically anything that people are complaining about being changed today. And I as well. Reading Chris Claremont's X-Men without thinking about whatever those trans psychopaths are doing to X-Men today in the comics. So, and then there is the other point of view, of course, which I think the people who are saying Star Wars is dead are referring to, and that's the fact that the new Disney Star Wars isn't doing very well. People don't like it. People are fed up to the back of their teeth with it. Well, of course, not everybody. There are people who seem to be enjoying it, and more power to them. Once again, I'm not here to tell you what you can and what you can't watch. If you wish to, go and watch the Acolyte TV show. And if you enjoy it, I feel happy for you. That you do feel happiness in your life. Enjoying things. I enjoy different things. I do not enjoy most of anything that is being released today. I do not enjoy most of any modern stuff. Talking about literature, film, TV shows, anything. I go back and I discover old stuff and rediscover and reread and rewatch old stuff. I have just recently, as of making of this video, got into Warhammer 40k. That is a venture that'll take me years. Years before I get through the basics of the old lore and stories, before I get through the initial books and trilogies and novels and those handbooks. It'll take me years before I even can say about myself, all right, so I know something about Warhammer 40k lore. And that the same can be said about other things. I mean, a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, I just discovered for myself Transformers. I mean, as a kid, never really was into Transformers. I discovered G1 a couple of years ago. Watched the first, the 1986 movie, and then started watching the TV show. That's, in a lot of cases, cheesy kiddie stuff, but the 1986 film, whew, that's a work of art, man. So, and I could continue on and on and on. But to get to my original point, sometimes there are different points of view, and sometimes both points of view are correct. It's just they are correct in a different way. And sometimes, and very often, I would say, more than not, we don't have to fight and argue all the time. We don't have to take an extremist point of view, an extremist position. We don't have to act like little kids, like bloody simpletons, and repeat one and the same thing over and over again because the man on the screen says so. Sometimes, maybe, we can use our own brain. We can use our own intelligence. Sometimes we can have our own take and opinion about things. So, in what camp do you belong? Tell me, my dear friends. Are you able to enjoy the old Star Wars films without thinking about all the atrocities that Disney has done in the recent years? Are you able to go and just watch The Empire Strikes Back without thinking about The Last Jedi or Rise of the Skywalker? Are you able to go and watch Return of the Jedi without thinking about whatever, the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show? Ugh. Right then. So, let me know in the comments down below all about it, and that'll be all. Thank you very much for watching, and may the Force be with you always.